I always believed that hard work was the only way to succeed. For 40 long years, I rose before dawn, labored tirelessly through endless days, and returned home burdened by mounting bills and relentless stress. Every morning, I set off with a faint hope that my efforts would eventually lead to a secure, comfortable future. Yet, despite decades of dedication, I found myself trapped in the same financial rut well into my late 50s. Now, as I lie here on my deathbed, I have nothing left to lose and a secret that changed everything. At 60, I became a millionaire, and I'm here to tell you that it's never too late to rewrite your destiny. My journey began in a small, humble town where luxuries were a foreign concept. I grew up in a family that knew only the struggle of making ends meet. From an early age, I was taught that success meant climbing the corporate ladder, earning a steady paycheck, and saving diligently for retirement. For years, I followed this prescribed path without question. I worked hard, day in and day out, believing that if I just pushed a little harder, life would eventually reward my persistence. But as the years turned into decades, I realized that hard work alone was not enough. One fateful evening, at the age of 58, I found myself alone in a dimly lit room, surrounded by the remnants of a life that had given me little more than fatigue and regret. In that quiet solitude, a single thought struck me with the force of a tidal wave. If I've spent 40 years working relentlessly and still remain financially insecure, what am I doing wrong? That question shattered my long-held beliefs and ignited a spark of revelation deep within me. I realized that while I had been busy selling my time for a paycheck, I had completely overlooked the art of making my money work for me. That night, I made a decision that would alter the course of my life. I vowed that from that moment onward, every dollar I earned would no longer vanish into a void of routine expenses. Instead, I would treat my money as a seed, one that I would nurture, invest, and allow to grow. With the little savings I had, I took a leap of faith and invested $1,000 in the stock market. The early days were a roller coaster of fear and uncertainty as I watched the market's ups and downs. There were moments when I questioned my judgment, but I clung to the belief that each dip was merely a precursor to a greater rise. Slowly but surely, my modest investment began to blossom. What started as a seemingly insignificant sum soon transformed, first into $5,000, then into $10,000. The realization that my money could grow on its own was both liberating and exhilarating. It was in that moment I understood that the traditional path of relentless labor was not the only route to prosperity. True wealth was built not by exhausting oneself, but by harnessing the power of investments and, later, by embracing the opportunities of the digital age. As my 60th birthday approached, I found myself standing at a crossroads. The old way of life, the monotonous grind of long hours and little reward, had become unbearable. I recognized that to truly transform my life, I needed to venture into uncharted territory. Though technology had always intimidated me, I could no longer ignore the vast potential of the internet. I took a deep breath and stepped into this new digital world. I began by creating a humble blog, a space where I candidly recounted my financial struggles, shared the painful lessons learned from years of missteps, and detailed the strategies that eventually liberated me from a lifetime of mediocrity. To my amazement, my unvarnished honesty resonated with people. Strangers from all walks of life reached out to share their own tales of financial hardship, and they expressed gratitude for the hope I offered. This overwhelming response emboldened me to expand my digital presence. I started developing online courses, writing ebooks, and hosting seminars focused on smart money management and investment strategies. In less than a year, these new ventures catapulted my income to levels I had never dreamed of. I earned my first $100,000 online, and with each passing day, my financial freedom grew more real. Now, as I reflect on my journey from the depths of financial despair to a life of abundance, I want to leave you with one irrefutable truth: it is never too late to change your life. I stand here today as living proof that even after decades of hardship, transformation is possible. My story is not a tale of overnight miracles, but a testament to the power of a changed mindset. I spent 40 years selling my time and compromising my dreams, only to discover that true wealth comes from seizing opportunities, taking calculated risks, and, above all, daring to believe in the possibility of change. I share my confession not to boast or to dwell on past regrets, but to inspire you. Look at your life and ask yourself, what if I could do this too? What if you stopped merely working for a paycheck and instead made your money work for you? The secret is not in endless labor. It lies in shifting your perspective, embracing smart investment strategies, and tapping into the boundless opportunities of the modern world. Every moment is a new beginning, every day a chance to start over. If I could turn my life around at 60, then there is no limit to what you can achieve, regardless of your age. As I lie here with my time nearly up, I feel a profound peace knowing that I have taken control of my destiny. I leave behind not just a legacy of wealth, but a legacy of hard-won wisdom. I hope that my journey, my deathbed confession, serves as a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever felt trapped by circumstance. Whether you are in your 20s, 40s, or even 60s, remember that it's never too late to change your path. Embrace your past, seize the opportunities of the present, and build the future you deserve. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope that in sharing my transformation from a life of unending toil to one of financial liberation, I have ignited a spark within you. Your dreams and your struggles are significant. They matter. Let my journey be the catalyst for your own transformation. Take that step today, invest in yourself, and dare to dream of a future where you are the master of your destiny. Remember, it's never too late to create your own deathbed confession of success. If I could reinvent my life at 60, so can you. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own journey. What changes will you make? What risks are you willing to take? I leave you with these thoughts and with the hope that you, too, will one day share a story of triumph, a story that proves no matter how long you've struggled, the opportunity to change is always within reach. Now, as I take my final breaths, I realize that wealth was never just about money. It was about freedom, choices, and the ability to live life on my own terms. I don't regret the struggles because they led me to this moment where I can leave behind a message that might change someone else's life. If you're listening to this, know that your future is still unwritten. No matter your age, no matter how many mistakes you've made, the power to change is in your hands. The only question that remains is, will you take that first step before it's too late?